All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Baddy Charity League. I am AJS0. I am here with LCAD for our winners finals here. Thumbs down, dongers up versus Feed My Starving.
Not gonna lie, thumbs down, dongers up is a much better name. Feed My Starving Lane is like pretty appropriate for the context of the tournament. Why are there only 3 bands at the top of the thing? Are you seeing that?
They made it the wrong game type. They made it not tournament drafts.
Yeah.
I think we just send it. I'm gonna be honest.
We're just gonna accept.
If Thrifty didn't catch it on the first 3 bands, this is his tournament, man. If he didn't catch it on the first 3 bands, I think we send it.
I'm gonna be curious if he catches it in like a little bit here. Maybe he's just too sidetracked by conversations about strategizing and other things.
What if somebody's like so doesn't catch it that they're ready to ban and they end up picking a character by mistake? That'd be great.
Oh my god, I want that.
That would fit this tournament.
Absolutely. Off rolls, off bands. Look, they might be realizing it. Bestest one taking a long time to pick, or maybe not.
They're just bad.
Yeah, no, they just we're just going with old school. God, how long has it been since there's only been 3 bands?
A long time, and I'm surprised that there's a game mode for 3 bands, because I feel like you would either have the tournament draft or you would have the ranked mode where you ban all 5 at the start.
Right.
I don't know what reason there is to even have a 3-band mode still. We got players in both teams acknowledging in the chat that they noticed, so
oh, they have noticed.
Are they gonna
remake
pick?
Incoming?
Remake incoming.
Damn.
Lucky. Summoner's Rift draft mode. No one's ever noticed that Summoner's Rift draft mode is not the actual in-game draft mode. That's great. So the question is, do we have to full remake or not?
Looking like it.
Everyone's dropping, yeah. So, well, folks.
All right.
Just give us a moment here. We'll be back. As I sit here, and the guy running the tournament's in this game, so he's going to remake the lobby. I ain't doing shit.
If it's not scuffed, it's not. Just remember, if it's not scuffed, it's not a Baddy stream.
Gives a chance to check in on the donos. We're at 34-45 after some carry Nautilus gameplay. We also got, so is that $120 from carry Nautilus between Thrifty, 30, Wong, and myself. We had some Twitch subscription money coming. That was $60. We have Mary Nosco with $250. Thank you, whoever you are. A couple of anonymous donos. We had Wang with $125 and 30 with an I Hate Mario Party after Mario Party. I think that catches us up on the last few hours of donations.
I forgot I had my Prime sub that I haven't used.
This fucking guy, dude.
I just used it. Look, it's my 7-month sub-anniversary with a 1-month streak.
I used my Prime sub on twitch.tv/destructive dude because I wanted the dump truck emote.
Ooh. Is it good? Let me see it. Yeah, all right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I
can't fault you for that one.
Yeah, we had a joke during Baddy Jeopardy about him and his dumper, and so I went and subbed so I could spam that. That was worth my Prime sub.
Oh yeah, it's worth that no money you pay since you don't want ads anyway, or since you have Amazon Prime.
All right, teams are ready, so we'll do 10 bands here. You can see 5 apiece on the top.
Hey, look, it's it's correct now.
So again, thumbs down, dongers up on the left side. Feed My Starving Lane on the right side. Both of these teams are 1 and 0. As we have some, now that we have some actual gameplay here, you can ban things that you've seen.
There it is. So now that things are unfucked, um, where does Joey go after with not having some of the just AoE CC junglers and being able to use that to good effect? I have no idea what Joey's jungle pool even looks like.
Yeah, I'm guessing the Amu is targeting him as well, just because
Yep,
that's such a safe, obvious pick that
super
kind of
safe.
fits his style. So we'll see. I mean, if you want to go with the same style, I mean, Zach is banned by your team. Maybe you think you could play something like a Sejuani, or maybe you got to just go a different direction here.
Hecarim, definitely, yeah. He played a fear-based character last time. I think he has to stick with the theme and play a fear-based character this
It
time.
makes sense.
So
They're kind of the same
so
character. They press R, they go deep.
yeah, he just gets to choose between Nocturne, Hecarim, and Shaco or Warwick. There's actually a lot of characters that have like some sort of a fear mechanic. I'm realizing as I think about that in my head.
But it's going to be a lot of similar picks that we've been seeing all day. Kalen, Gragas, Tom Kench, Nautilus, all repeat customers across multiple teams here.
Ooh, the
And
Morgana's a little bit different though.
now the question is that going to be a support or is that going to be a jungle Morgana?
I'm super interested to see that. This is also the first Jinx of the day, correct?
Yes, it is. And I
Okay.
don't know if Morgana can even still jungle. That may have been killed at some points. But let me go. I'm going to look up that win rate because I'm actually really curious.
Like if there's anybody that thinks that they can coach Joey through how to play an obscure jungle champ, it's Wang.
So Morgana jungle, it is not picked very often, but it does have a 50.4 on the win rate. So it's
Oh, there you go.
I think it's still viable. It's just very clunky and it's very different than other jungle characters, right? Like it's not like if you play the jungle, you can like kind of figure out more. You got to figure out a lot of Morgana's bullshit. But Joey's a support player, so if you're gonna try to put up this kind of protect the Jinx comp, I could see that being effective.
Yeah, all right. I can see it. The Wukong ban coming out, interesting. The Heimer ban, I believe, targeting Mel.
Imagine telling Mel and Joey after the first game that they were gonna carry and that they were gonna draw bans in their next game. They'd have been ecstatic.
I don't think they would have believed you, especially you. Last ban coming in at the last second, and it's going to be Ziggs.
Okay. I don't necessarily have strong feelings about that one. So
Ooh,
I
Ahway. I definitely know how that champion works. Uh-huh.
he casts spells and he dies.
You think that's going to be a Ahway mid? Maybe it's a Morgana mid. Maybe Mel from the same kind of line of thinking that we were talking about Joey being a support player. Maybe feels comfortable in something like that.
But we'll see. As a Viego. Oh, that is
I like the Viego.
that's a fun character to see off roll.
I like that. That's a super fun. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know Mel plays Hui, so I'm thinking it's gonna be Mel sticking mid, and she's just gonna be playing Hui here. She's
All
going
right.
up against 30, which I mean, you survived the West lane, like the 30 lane on the Gragas, that should be easier, one would think. As it is again a very tanky team coming out of thumbs down, dongers up.
And a very not tanky team coming out of Feed My Starving Lane. There is not a lot of beef on that. You have some squishy mages. You have
They're keeping
a
it.
Camille. All right, we're just not putting any health on the team. We're just gonna go all in. So I'm guessing that's gonna be a TK for Wang, Jinx for Thrifty, a Hui for Mel, a Morgana for Joey, and a Camille for Tree.
That makes the most sense.
I think I feel like that's the best permutation of that you could come up with. Yeah, Cruz agreeing with us in chat. And then really nothing too crazy on the other side, like you said. Gragas mid on 30. You've got Tank Axe and Civibeard with not Nautilus, Caitlyn. Uh, Blab on the Ornn, bestest one on the Viego. I feel like I like the draft from Dongers maybe a little bit better.
Yeah, no, I would say I think I like it a lot better. There
I
is still a lot on that Caitlyn's plate, so Civi's got to have a decent game here, or otherwise things could go kind of sideways. But I just like I feel like you have to change like one of the picks on Feed by Starving Land. Like
I think I agree.
I think in the bot lane, you either need to change the or wait, no, it's Thomas is the support. Is that where we landed? Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
likely.
I just don't think the Morgana jungle is it here. Either that or
That
like the Jinx needs to be somebody that's a little more playmaking focused. Like I don't like the Jinx with so many squishy teammates. Like I feel like you need a second tank if
yeah.
you're playing Jinx. You want there to be a real front line. You want the Jinx to be able to sit there and get her auto attacks off, especially when she's trying to shred through 3 tanks on the other side.
This seems like this is a team comp that is very, very, very much on a lot of the individual player skill to be able to pull this off. And I'm not super confident it's going to work out, but maybe they're more confident. Like I said before, if anybody thinks that they can coach Joey, it's Wang. So
Well,
I'm
from what I've seen so far today, I think Wang should focus on coaching himself because he had some pretty rough moments, and so did Thrifty. I mean, they were just outright
yeah,
bad in bot lane.
that
Like
that bot lane was pretty rough at
it
the
was
beginning.
like embarrassingly bad too. It'd be like Thrifty at 25% health as an 80 carry just wouldn't think like, oh, he could flash ignite me and I would die.
Right.
Like that's the
Right.
kind of stuff that like that's just game knowledge. That has nothing to do with your role. So
Yeah.
on the
Maybe
flip
it's a little
side,
risky for the kids.
on the flip side, Thrifty played so badly in that first game and they stopped. So, like, if you think it can only get better from there, then maybe this team's still in a really good spot heading into this finals qualifying match.
I think a lot of the reason that they did so well in that was just because of the CC impact that they were able to have and the coordination that they had as a team. And maybe they're going to have the same thing. I mean, but they just don't have access to the same level of wombo combo that they did previously. It's very kind of sparse and few and far between what they have access to versus a lot easier, some good point and click. Ornhorn is going to be able to do some significant damage. I good luck to them is what I will say to that.
Well, should be a fun one, I hope, because we've had some pretty enjoyable gameplay on stream thus far today.
Agreed.
And we are in. Thomas Kench is not off of the fountain yet.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Did we nail it? We nailed it.
100%, dude. Easy fucking peasy.
I mean,
Thomas
it was
Kench
a pretty-
is still not off of the fountain.
Oh, there he
Um,
goes. There
like-
he goes. I was gonna say, otherwise, is it interference if I go downstairs and make sure he's still breathing?
Well, he's 3 minutes ahead of us, so
Oh
if
fuck!
he
So
wasn't,
he's been dead
yeah,
this whole time. Ah,
yeah,
shit.
unlucky.
Yeah. I don't. His life insurance is gonna have to carry a lot of weight around here.
Well, it's a good thing life insurance is usually a lot of dollarinos.
Yeah, that's true.
Curious there. Very, very odd for anyone to not be off of Fountain for 45 seconds. Obviously didn't impact this game at all because it's just the spread out on both sides, but that's not nothing, especially... I guess, you know, you can just kind of bank on no one's going to invade into a fucking Morgana, because if you eat that snare, you are 100% dead.
Yeah, he was just confident. If anything, it's just a display of confidence.
Alright, well, let's see if it's
To
earned or
himself.
not. Both junglers. I'm really curious to watch this Morgana. I have no idea what this looks like in the jungle these days.
See, that was just confidence right there, walking right up to the Nautilus and just saying, "What's up? I see you're a fisherman. I'm a fish. Let's do this." Not really a fisherman, but
Yeah, kind of the opposite. He's a fish.
Kind of the opposite.
Man. Do you think Thomas tastes good?
no. No, I think he tastes like bad Bayou. That's what I have to imagine. I don't know what that tastes like either, but it's just I don't think it can be good.
So on the smash or pass, it's a pass on Thomas Kench.
That's a pass. That's a hard pass. I think for all of the other people in this game, Tom Kench, Nautilus, Ornn, pass. Everybody else, smash.
All right, well,
I'm confident in that answer.
Renai and Tree smashing into each other up here. This would be a pretty snowbally lane. This is the one I really want to see the most carefully because I think so much of this game, I mean, this is just kind of the Camille game state, right? Like what Camille is doing is so impactful on what's happening on the rest of the map.
We've seen Tree be super impactful on the Camille. Granted, that was in support and not in top, but he knows some tricks with that champion. I think a lot of this game is going to ride on him, like, getting ahead early here on Blab, and that's not going to be the easiest thing to pull off.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get ahead early, or if you can get ahead on a character playing at support with no gold, it should be easy to get ahead on that character playing a top lane with a bunch of gold, right?
True. That is how that works.
But otherwise, just a lot of nothingness on the map here. Looking at the jungle clears, Albino Joe a little bit ahead of the Viego. He's going to take an early recall. He was a 100% full health, and he's going to cancel his recall, so he's going to just be behind, as I think Camera's probably going to cut us. No, he's going to just do the old cancel your recall. Cancel your recall twice,
yeah,
and don't get there in time to contest the crab.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go read the Morgana jungle guidance, I actually got that in there, that you need to attempt to recall and cancel it twice in the first 4 minutes.
Okay. I have not read the scripture. As a way is
just gonna get gray health and then gonna get a lot less not gray health.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of these trades are going to be things that the starring bot lane want to opt into. As Wang's actually going to be in some danger here. Yeah, he flashes nice and early. He doesn't want to fuck around and find out.
City Beard, full pots, full consumables on the side of TDDU. They're really comfortable in this bot lane. We see Viego roaming down there from Bestest 1. He's not going to do a whole lot. Joey coming down there-ish direction, kind of, sort of, as well, but not a ton happening. But you got to think, if Citybeard and Takeaxe get the opportunity to pull a trigger, they're going to do it here because they're going to kind of catapult their team.
Yeah, and just like you said, a lot of eyes on where these junglers are going to go here. In particular, I'm really curious to see what Albino Joe's doing. You know, Morgana jungle, part of why I'm like a little sketch on this pick is it's just so non-standard. Like Morgana, to be an effective Morgana jungle, you need to kind of read the enemy jungler and you need to be like in counter ganking positions ahead because Morgana is effective when she is engaged in too, right? Like she's not somebody that walks up and like hits the long range skill shot and it's like, holy shit, now we can go, go, go. Like it's a really hard skill shot to hit. It's a really easy skill shot to dodge. For it to be usable, you kind of need to have a good position on the enemy here, but we'll see. There it is from, oh no, that's not going to hit.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, they kind of had the right idea, but you're right. Morgana playing basically the opposite of what Joey was playing last game. Having somebody that could come in and surprise and engage. I wonder if he's just going to rely on coming in, hitting his ult, maybe getting a hourglass or something. I don't know.
All right, so we get to Tom Ketch's belly, jumps out in the middle of the enemy team, pops R.
Yep.
I can see it. It's coming. I see it.
That's the whole thing.
It's like Fiddlesticks on a budget.
It's Fiddlesticks at home is the entire game plan. Other than Tree just giving Blab the business, which, again, that Ornn is just very thick. The Ornn Horn is going to come in, though. Blab is going to get it on the Tree, knock him airborne. He's going to get stunned. He's going to put him in the Hextech ultimatum, but he is going to just go down.
Yeah, and that's going to turn into a potential 3v3 here in the pit, as there was a roam. Red team's going to get the Void Grubs here. Good job on the smite from Joe. But Tree just looking like he doesn't play a lot of top lane there. I mean, he would have been winning that trade if it weren't for the fact that he was trading into 8 creeps and Renai was trading into 0. But that was literally the entire exchange, and he realized it a little too late. Even popped his Ignite there.
Yeah, he just looked a little bit too confident.
And if you all should know anything about League of Legends, this you should never be too confident. But still a pretty close game here. Less than 1,000 gold is the difference.
You ever want to go back 10 years in time and give 2014 Swift that advice?
No, I would tell him to go harder. But Wang is going to go hard as well here as he's getting the slows down onto this Nautilus. I don't know if they're going to get the stun off as Wang is going to walk onto a trap. Diego is in the neighborhood. Albino Joe's not that far behind. His Jinx is getting hooked on. Thrifty's flashing, but he's still going to be in a lot of danger. Meanwhile, Wang fighting on to best this one, taking a lot of damage. Albino Joe's coming in here. A jump out, a bad Morgana snare, and I don't think they want to extend this fight, but they don't look like they have anywhere to go. Thrifty's dealing no damage to that tank axe. And now here comes 30. Beautiful Cask on the flank here. Gets the kill. 1 down, 2 down. Albino Joe flashing for his life. He's got nowhere to run. 0-4-3 in favor of the Dongers.
That was bad. That was bad.
I agree. That was bad.
That was really bad.
I
don't even have like anything valuable to add to that. That was just stupid.
Yeah, there were just mistakes on pretty much every level of the decision making there, which is why they got mopped up in that fight. That
is exactly what you where you don't want to be at this point in the game as the team that needs to have the execute. You don't have an easy path to victory. You don't have the front to back team. You don't have the tanks. You don't have the more conventional jungler, the more conventional everything. You're doing a bunch of weird random shit, and if that's what the execution is going to look like, and you're already down almost 3k gold at 9 minutes, you got a really long 12 minutes left of this game.
Yeah, the gold not all in one place. It's just 400 or 500 gold on like every single player on the map right now.
I think it's worse for FEMA starving lane, honestly. Tank Axe looking towards Mel here.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Burn the respect flash.
Yeah, no, that was good. Don't fuck around. Losing some big pressure mid would blow this game wide open really fast.
Mm-hmm. Wang coming up here to support her. Wang's still level 5. We don't get to see the Intercontinental Ballistic Joey yet. We do get to see Thrifty lose a third of his life for basically nothing, though.
Yeah, dude, I just can't believe how many, like, weird bad trades I've seen Thrifty in across these 2 games. I mean, I'm actually kind of shocked.
Maybe he's just used to, I don't know, the movement.
Maybe he's
and
just
Thrifty,
bad.
Oh, speaking of,
Yeah.
Tank Axe is going to get him with the hook. The chompers aren't going to do enough. A lot damage coming from Civibeard. He's not getting out of that one. Tank Axe is going to steal the kill as we have Kill Steal Nautilus in this game as well.
Okay, that was anyone doing it again. $5 for. Well, first of all, we got Tree in a lot of danger here. He does not have a chance to get out of this one. He's gonna try to pop the ult. Not gonna do a thing. Second solo kill for Benai Circulation, and now Wang and Albino Joe are showing up just to die. I would think. Spell Shield's coming out, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Bestis gets the kill on the Wang, and now Albino Joe, no flash. The Diego Kench chasing him down, getting the slows, getting the damage. Can Joey make it to the blast code? He cannot. 5,000 gold lead.
Maybe this game lasting to 21 minutes was way too ambitious of a call from me.
Yeah, I mean, this is a disaster. And, we said it in the draft, like, we didn't like the comp, but, like, if you don't like the comp, you can always just win early game. If you don't like the comp and also you get smashed in early game, it's pretty much just over in League of Legends.
Look at how clean the gold distribution has been as well. You already commented on it, but look at the kills and assists all the way down the board. It's not even people are getting caught out. It's they're grouping up and then dying to the other people being grouped up. And to your point, the really kind of out of left field jungle Morgana down almost 30 CS in farm and really hasn't landed a single binding or done anything impactful yet, unfortunately. And it's not looking This feels like a GG next at this point.
Yeah,
this is
I think
okay,
so.
we had an idea. This didn't work. Let's salvage something if we can and just, you know, save our energy, save our mental, see what happens next.
Do force a flash out of 30, but at what cost? The cost is going to be Kench eating Jinx up, fortunately for Thrifty.
All right, that was pretty good. That was a good mechanical decision that was made. I'm proud of them.
And, oh Jesus, that's a collector first on Jinx. I know items are different than when I last played, but I nearly said it in the last game, and I'm going to say it now. I'm going to risk being wrong if the game is just a bit different than it was previously. I do not like collector first when you are, like, materially behind in the game.
Oh, bestest one coming on to Mel here. That's way too much damage way too quickly. That ult wasn't even necessary at a 30. He just wanted to make sure he had it. Bestest one really making this Viego look like an effective jungler. And that just puts Feed My Starving Lane in an even rougher spot. Wang coming up, trying to get in on 30, gets the knockup. He's 4 levels down and under tower. 30 is going to let the Tahm Kench feast. And the first kill for Feed My Starving Lane goes on to the Tahm Kench.
Exactly how you wanted to draw that one up if a comeback was going to happen.
This is how it starts, boys.
We do see the Dongers are going to get up what should be a pretty, very free dragon. Will it be a trade? We got 8 seconds on some Void Grub, so could be objectives on the other side of the map here. Or could be going for a gank on a Renai, but I think he's just dashing away here. There comes the ult, though. Good out of
Gonna
tree.
hit him in the ultimatum. A good knockup. The Ornhorn coming in, though. Oh, what a clean Ornhorn onto all 3 of them. He's not going to make it out of there. But
Oh!
that was close.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
Wang
imagine
takes the kill, and Thrifty has not a chance. Like I said, I just
imagine very hard.
There's no gentle way to say it. It legitimately looks like he doesn't know how to play AD carry. It's not like I'm like, okay, his mechanics are bad. We're like, I can give him a pass or hasn't been playing much. The mistakes Tim has been making across both of these games are just stupid. And
yeah,
it's really
farming Mel here, who's gonna burn another flash. No, I agree though. It's
just very shocking for a player of his pedigree to
100%. And it's not like he's playing, you know, really obscure, off-meta, difficult to execute on ADCs. Like,
it's Jinx. You just have to right
Jinx.
click. You just have to be standing in the right spot, not taking bad risks. And
Jinx is run of the mill. Caitlyn was run of the mill in the previous game too.
And this is where you hit a really interesting point with this team, where like this is they're the vibes team, right? Like everyone's really happy to be playing together, and they're gonna have good vibes. Well, it's impossible to have good vibes when you're getting smashed like this. And so now it's a question of like, can you just reset before your next game? Or you, who are about to play back-to-back, is this going to be something that lingers a little bit?
I sure hope not.
I hope not as well, because I think this team is capable of a lot more than this. But
I agree.
They have to clean up a draft. To be a real team, like, I think this is also a point where sometimes in events like this, everyone's like, well, just pick 5 comfort champs. And at some point, when that fails, it fails pretty dramatically. I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely looking like that.
But on the other side, I mean, just I cannot give enough credit to Bestest One, who is looking so clearly like the best player in this game.
Absolutely. He has been exactly where he needs to be. He's been impactful.
There he is.
And he's there right now. He's going to go in. He's going to get a decent amount of damage onto Mel, but My Wang is going to save her, give her a little bit of a shield. Honestly,
huge spell shield out of Albino Joe there so that Wang could walk out, because if Wang had ate the CC, that would have potentially been multiple kills. And a minimum, it would have been Mel, who would have ran out of time inside the stomach. Great spell shield.
They're catastrophically behind, but that was a mechanically sound exchange there.
But then they lose mid tower for it.
Right.
Because
they're
that's not enough. Alright, Albino Joe.
Joey's about to get pooped on. Tank Axe coming. He's going to get the hook. He's going to get the root. Hey, he's going to get away
Yeah, Mel landed some nice damage down on the flank here. I think that's going to be enough to
Alright.
stop the Dongers from chasing here. Camille is at least looking at a flank here, but Tree's got to be thinking about being Tower Dome instead, because suddenly there's a lot of setup. Tank X does not have the ult, so that does matter. But this team is putting a lot of pressure down, and we do see good job from the rest of the team coming to have Trees back here.
Yeah, a good answer, not letting Civibeard go around behind. The Hextech ultimatum onto Civibeard, some damage coming out of Xmas Tree, and he's going to get the shutdown onto the Caitlyn. That's just one looking to answer. He's coming in, and a black, timely shield from Albino Joe ensures that Tree walks away safely, but they're not giving up just yet.
Yeah, we see Civi with a great impression of Thrifty Senpai on that one. Just no respect for the danger of the damage dealer. And now that gives them a chance to drop Shelly here. Maybe they can take a tower. Maybe they can finally turn something. His Tree is going to ride that monster all the way to the tower. Grab the objective bounty.
Hey, that's a decent amount of gold into their pockets. They're catching up by a 1K. He's going to charge it right into the next tower.
Oh, yeah.
Hit it. My Wang's going to try and get out. He just keeps getting CC'd. The Ornhorde is coming in, but Camille's going to get the shutdown. Renai Circulation's in there. It's trying to get some damage. Bestest one is going to blow up the rest of them. Tree is going to drop. Joey is going to drop. And you got to think Mel is shortly behind here. A really good idea that ultimately just failed because Bestest one was in there, got the Viego resets, and had the 4.5K gold lead to, ensure that there was no issues.
Yeah, man, just a little too much popped onto Tank Axe and not a higher priority target. And just, that's the goal difference. That's all that fight was. That would have been a great fight in an even game, but it was not an even game.
It looked great. It looked like a great idea.
And this is the downside when you have the team with 4 squishy characters, and you can say, before 20 minutes, they don't have enough damage to kill anybody. Well, what in the world do you have then?
I love how Wang walks around like he's not playing time conscious.
Alright, this looks like they might just be given this one. They weren't in position in time, so that's something. Another objective bounty here. Still the gold lead's 5.5K, but
it's not getting worse.
It's not getting worse, and that's worth a lot.
It is, and they might be able to get this tower here too. The Caitlyn trap's getting set up. The root landing on the Tank Axe. Minion wave's not there, but the rest of the team is.
Yeah, if they can get into this kind of like normal tower sieging scenario, this is a chance where, Starving Lane has a chance to make a play, but they are being flanked on here. And yeah, they do not want Ornn coming in on their side. Camille is very far from that.
You called out the play of Bestest one in this game and how good he's been. I really want to highlight Renai Circulation. Blab with his Ornhorns has just... All the Forge God has been on point. It has gotten numerous knockups that have secured the team fights for them, and we saw that in the last one as well, where it turned from what is a very likely win for that team into effectively a guaranteed win in that fight.
Yeah, he's making a good case across the tournament so far as the best performing player in the whole tournament, in my opinion. Really, really impressed with him, and not shocked. He's one of the players we expected. And same thing with Bestest. These are the 2 of the players we thought would be the most likely to look good on an off-roll, and that has very much been the case.
Yep. 2 of the most flexible players. 2 players that, as somebody who's drafted like 3 teams so far, yeah, that you're always happy to have one of them on your team because you have confidence that even if things go awry, they're going to be solid. They have a very, very stable floor to them.
And keeps teetering in the balance here as the Dongers are trying to find something. Wang, I swear, has been standing in that corner for like 3 whole minutes. And maybe he stayed way too long. A flash defensively, but he is still being CC chain 30 with his 3rd.
What was he doing?
I think he was hoping he could jump in at some point, but he didn't have the vision to know how to respect if they came into his jungle. And Mel's kind of playing with fire here, and oh no!
Oh, best. What a good flank right there.
Yeah, and now Joey also not with a lot of respect. A huge snare into ult there is going to keep him alive. It's not. That's
Not
this
anymore.
with
Tree
his
coming in. Hextech ultimatum onto 4.
yeah desperation attempt there, but Tree the 4th to fall in that extended exchange. Wang, why not make it 5? Wang dying twice in this one team fight as Thrifty is going to try to take some consolation prize in the bot lane. He is not going to get the tier 2.
No, I have a lot of respect for Civvy Beard and Bestis One just sitting here and no fear whatsoever. I think this would be the greatest comeback of our time if it happened, and I'm calling it right now that it's not going to.
It would be a pretty big one, and I do not feel very confident in the possibility of it.
Mm-mm.
So we'll see here. Is this going to turn into the Baron song and dance? We got just over a minute on the Dragon, but it would only be a third. I think Dongers could probably try to push this more assertively and, you know, create some pressure around the Baron. They obviously have the supers in a lane. Labs set up in the bot lane here. In a pretty good spot to set up for this Nasher.
Yeah, Blab with his TP up, just able to freely push. He is getting TP'd on, but you know, Mel rotating down to be with Tree, but 30 going to get the flash onto Thrifty. A good Black Shield's going to save him. Call the Forge God's going to come in, going to knock Thrifty up, just blow him up. My Wang going to get DPS down by Civvy Beard here, and you got to imagine they are just going to go straight to Baron, take that, and look to finish the game with that.
Yeah, absolute power on the flank from Blab there. Great setup and not a chance. The defense tips have already been blown before they realized Ornn was coming. It was a free as fuck Baron Nasher.
And we're sitting at a 10k gold lead at 25 minutes.
Yeah, and it looks like they do not want to give anything up for free here. They are going to try to interrupt this Dragon. Teleport from Blab. Does not have an ult, but he has some big pressure here on the flank as the defensives are coming onto Tree here. I don't know if they can actually get anybody. I think they got to just turn and take the Dragon. That is going to... Oh, does not reset.
Blab took no damage there. Blab at level 15, and the amount of health and money he has is practically immortal.
Yeah, Blab has 274 armor, 181 magic resistance, and 46 health.
Yeah, that Ornn's not going to die. The 0-4 Jinx with a high edge. I don't think that's going to be enough.
No, it will not be. Interesting next 2 minutes here on the Baron remaining. Obviously wasted some of their time around that Dragon there. So we'll see if they're able to do much with these crashing waves. He's kind of hoping somebody might face check him in beneficial moments, and they're going to try to put some damage onto Renai, whose health bar does not budge very fast. They're playing this with a lot of respect, though. Still playing defensively here. Trying to draw some moves out while 30 sets up the split push of bottom. Still a minute and a half on Baron.
That was an ult out of Joey that ultimately did not a whole lot there, but they're not giving up.
No, and Joey's also sitting on no mana. That's actually really impactful. He can't throw a snare out right now.
Ooh, all the Forge God once again coming in. Ornhorn's going to knock them up. Mystery, though, has got good damage going back on a tank axe who's going to go down. The ult gets intercepted and nobody dies.
Yeah, but except for their base, where they're being crashed on both of the other lanes right now. And Renai is interrupting backs here to the best of his ability here. I think this team has a chance to maybe Okay, no, they're not going to have a chance to end, but 30 is going to get a second inhibitor tower. This base is broken wide open.
Hey, you take the wins that you can get, and
But they
those
lost.
Wins, if those wins are, it took 4 people to kill a Nautilus, you know, that's you got to be happy with what you can get. Man.
I think Tangax is saying worth in his team chat. We'll see here is a tree. We're not gonna respect Flash. I don't think he was under any danger of dying there, but he had multiple MIA, and he knows the only thing he needs to do right now is not like die and throw.
Yeah, all they have to do is not throw. They're playing this game in a very NA manner, where somehow it's 28 minutes and this game is still going.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've generally made a lot of the right plays in the last few minutes. So
I agree.
Baron
slow.
just wore off, but we are one fight away from this game ending. Only one Nexus tower remaining.
Hey, that's a second full item, another full item for the Jinx. That last Whisper is gonna do something, probably. I think. Oh, this is the point. This is the point too, where you just feel so choked out. You have no vision. The enemy team is at your doors. All you can do is just try and clear minion waves and try and stay alive for a little bit until the enemy team says it's time. Renai Circulation leading the charge here. Thrifty Senpai taking a huge chunk of life, having to walk back to the fountain just to heal a bit.
I like that ult on Caitlyn a lot. You know when it was close enough to intercept that, it forces the only damage out of this fight entirely and just opens you up to free take this inhibitor.
The root landing onto Civibeard, some okay damage going on, but really not much going to happen. Tankax going to get a knock up. 30 going to get some damage. They're getting pushed away minorly, but oh, they're going in deep. My weapon going in, trying to get onto Blab, who's just going to walk away after not having taken hardly any damage.
Yeah, there's no mana on the two mages here either, so nothing really they're going to want to chase with. As this sets us up for 35 seconds on the dragon. I think this is a you take the dragon, get the soul, go end the game kind of situation.
Yeah, and they should be able to be basically uncontested at this point. Yeah, they're making their way back. We've got 10 seconds on the dragon spawn.
Actually, Baron not far behind as well, so if they want to really make this
just absolutely
end,
guarantee it.
Yeah. Obviously, Baron into just one Nexus tower can be pretty
Feed
rough.
my starving lane pinging onto the Baron, maybe trying to suss out if it's actually taken or not, but
it's not up for another 15 seconds, so they're just trying to get there early, maybe to intercept an entry out of the Dongers, but that just means that this team has a free chance to get into the mid lane here, as they're again going to chunk Thrifty to half with that built over Peacemaker. Ace in the hole, whatever the hell it's called. Here we go. I think this is going to be our final fight. This one is in pretty deep, but he is still lasting a long time. A huge ult out of Blabour here as Thrifty's trying to get some autos on the side, but these health bars just are not moving as fast as he would want. It is a 1 for 2, 1 for 3, none for 3 in favor of the Dongers. There we go. 30 makes a honest man out of me, but I think that is going to be life for Nexus, and you take that trade every single time. An absolute dismantling by Thumbs Down Dongers Up, and they are on to the finals.
That looked absolutely dominating. But it's like we said leading into the pregame, right? The onus was completely on Feed My Starving Lane to not fall behind early, to perform on their, kind of off picks, and neither of those things happened.
Yeah, but Nautilus only got 2 kills.
Nautilus did only get 2 kills. But
That
he did get first blood, though.
Is something. So, all right, folks. that's going to do it for this one. We'll be back in just a few minutes with our third place matchup. We've got Beaver Breakers up against Feed My Starving Lane. So we will be back soon. All right, chat, just as a heads up, we're going to have a stream swap coming in just a sec here, so y'all know the drill. Just 1 moment.